So, hello everyone. We're gonna try that again. So, we're just checking in this evening with everyone, and right now I'm calling in Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and feel free to call in your guides, your favorite angels as well. Asking for, first of all, just a clear connection. Is pray for all of those around the planet, including animals as well, and people who are experiencing any kind of imbalance or challenge. Sending prayers of light and love around the earth. Asking the angels to surround us in our time, whatever it is we may be facing, our own personal challenges. So as we open into this evening session, just asking that our angels be here to guide and protect all of us, give us comfort in the storms of life. So it is then that as I drop further into just a place of being more centered and grounded and not so analytical. I've had quite an analytical day today. We've been thinking a lot about strategies and performance and a lot of number crunching. And so I'm now focusing more on the heart. I'm so grateful to be here and have you guys joining in. Just taking a moment to just tally up your days. How have you been feeling? How do you perceive your life is going right now? Are you feeling the shifts and the dynamics that are changing? Not only in the world, but also in your own personal life. So just taking a moment and taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. And there have been so many events happening around the planet. And, volcanic eruptions, fires, windstorms, flooding, freezing temperatures. Has been extremes from one end of the spectrum to the other all around our planet. And I don't know about you guys, but some days I feel like I just want to kind of put my head in the sand. I just hope that it all blows over or something. But I know that the reality is that we're all here participating and we're creating better and better outcomes the more aligned each each one of us, each one of you become more aligned with your divine authority, the better and better the outcomes will be. So part of this calling in the angels this evening is saying, can you just help a little more with, like for myself personally, and again, I'm not sure where everybody is in their own lives, but I feel like I've made so much progress, but still needing that support, that angelic bridge to get to the next stepping stone in the raging or rushing rivers. We can definitely have permission to ask as much as we need, and no ask is too big. So right now and right here, what I'm hearing is that it's so important that all of us let go of our ego attachments. This is like primary importance right now. As much as you can, to just let the ego go by the wayside. And when you do that, there's things that could come up to the surface. So it could be, for instance, that you end up feeling vulnerable or emotional or like honestly that could be just too vulnerable of a position to take. You might not feel safe doing that. And so the question is then, what is the ego actually? What is it that causes the ego to not want to let go? And these are important questions, right? Because these are things that we see in other people a lot. It's easier to see it in other people rather than see it in ourselves sometimes. So if you look at people around you, go ahead and just for the purposes of this evening, just take time to blame another person for all the problems you're having, any problem you're having, whether it's in your career or your lifestyle or politically or emotionally or personally. Even the smallest problem. Just imagine what it's like to go ahead and just hold somebody else accountable and say it's their fault. This is Archangel Michael weighing in, by the way. So he's played a little bit of a mind puzzle with us. So what I'm hearing is that he would like all of you to just imagine the person that you just really either resent or you just don't like them, or you're sort of mad at the way they're acting, or you think they're being immature, whatever it is. And just give yourself permission to really point a finger at that person and say, if you would just clean up your act, the world would be so much better. My life would be so much better if you would stop yelling at me, or if you would stop harassing me, or whatever that is that comes up. So, I don't know about you guys, but it feels pretty good to be given permission, if even just for like a mind exercise, to blame someone else. And it's pretty funny just to realize that I sometimes characterize myself as being better than blaming others, for instance. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm really great at the spiritual stuff. And I never blame anyone else. But that's not really true. There's some people that I'm still holding kind of accountable for some of the troubles and the hardships I've had in my life. And in some ways, I'm still kind of mad at a few of those people. Uh, so what are we supposed to do if we have feelings of anger or even self-pity or blaming others? And we know that we're supposed to be moving into these higher vibrational fields without that stuff holding us down or dragging us backwards. So if we want to envision the new earth, it's all about peace and abundance. And that's happening more quickly as each passing day goes by. So what we really want to do is tune into the ways that we are still holding some kind of resentment or anger or frustration or a sense of betrayal about other people in the world. And one of the great ways to do that is just to give ourselves permission, apparently, to not act out on that, but just acknowledge that I'm not, for myself, I'll just speak for myself, I'm not doing that great at letting go of some resentments that I'm feeling towards one or two people in particular. Like, I don't feel that happy about letting go of the resentment. So, imagining that the tools exist for releasing resentment, and those could be for anyone now, just speaking generally. Those can be anything from writing down the person's name and burning it in a small fire, or just envisioning what life would feel like without that resentment. Uh, so just letting go and saying, you know what, my life would feel so much better if I did not have this resentment. It's funny to laugh about it, but it's also not that funny. It's not that laughable when I think about the hardships or the crisis that specifically these other two people created in my life. So I restrain myself from going in that direction and allow my ego to evolve and let go. But I'm noticing that any resentments I feel are actually holding me back. And that is part of the ego mind that wants justice. Like, now this isn't always the case, but let's just say sometimes I will restrain the expression of my own joy and abundance because somebody else has not received justice yet. And when I think about it that way, it's really mixed up way of being out in the world, right? Because we're given only a short period of time to be here on this earth and be with ourselves, enjoying our own company and learning how to stand up for ourselves. It's really a big part of the Earth story right now. So getting that quality of your divine voice, your divine authority, it's so important right now. It is your birthright. Your light, your love, your truth, all the dynamics that surround it, the expression of that, are just waiting for every single person on this planet. It's all just right there. And all that needs to happen is that your disguise, any fear or blame or judgment, denial, falls away like mist on the horizon. While you allow the turmoil just to melt away, and you just are who you are. That is the point of being on this planet Earth right now, is an enjoyment and just being who you are. So if that helps, if you feel like you're just falling more into your center as this small meditation proceeds, we'll just go through this process for a few more moments. That would be kind of a short check-in this evening, unless anybody has any questions. So, again, just taking a moment, Archangel Michael saying, I hear Michael saying, just to feel grounded in your own physical presence in this world at this time. So taking a deep breath in, feeling air of that inhale, oxygenating the cells in your lungs, moving that energy through your solar plexus deep into your diaphragm, releasing that, knowing that you are fine just where you are. You are, no matter how you measure objectively where you feel you are in this world, the angelic realm sees you through a lens of unconditional love and support. So they're not weighing and judging in the ways that the rest of the world weighs and judges. They're meeting you exactly where you are in full love and appreciation for your courage and your commitment to the light. And whatever your background is, whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, or you go to church, you don't go to church, or study the Bible or don't study the Bible, it does not weigh in on their absolute love of you. That is 100% unconditional and in favor of your expanding your light and the rhythms of your being in any way you choose. So can you imagine that? That there's this incredible being of light that has your back at all times. And they're giving an outpicturing of the expansiveness of your life on this planet. Incredible. Amazing. The sky's the limit. It's pretty phenomenal. So as the earth herself is changing, your lives may also be changing. It's just a good time to do yourself a favor and just count the blessings that you are and that you bring to this world. That is surprisingly the opposite of ego. Or it's not the ego in the negative sense. It is true love and compassion for who you are. All things beautiful and bright you bring to this world. Take time this evening to celebrate. Just celebrating all that you are. And that's really all for our check-in for this evening. If you guys really ever have questions or insights or experiences, do always feel free to post it on the site. Always happy to hear what other people are going through or experiencing. Even if it's the high of the high or the middle average experience or lots of changes, or you're feeling just so challenged and struggling. Whatever that is, feel free to jump in and pitch in any comments. Otherwise, just sending you amazing blessings from the archangels so you know that you are protected and guided and loved 100% unconditionally. So shall it be forever, evermore. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.